Welcome to part 21 of our web development journey. So far, we've learned HTML and CSS and built the structure and style of our portfolio website. If you're new here, this is part of a complete series, so you can check out the earlier lessons where we designed our website step by step. Today, we begin a brand new chapter with JavaScript, the magic behind interactive websites. Let's get started. Let's start with what is JavaScript. JavaScript is a programming language used to bring your website to life. HTML and CSS are not programming languages. HTML is a scripting language. If HTML is the skeleton and CSS is the outfit, JavaScript is the brain. It adds intelligence, behavior, and interactivity to your website. JavaScript is a very powerful language. With JavaScript, you can do anything. With JavaScript, you can show messages to the users. You can change what's on the page without refreshing the browser. You can react to user clicks on the buttons or the links. And even with JavaScript, you can create games, animations, and much more. It's super powerful and super fun. Just like CSS, there are different ways to add JavaScript to a web page. You can write it directly inside an HTML element, place it in script tags, or put it in a separate JavaScript file and link it. Let's look at each one in detail. In inline JavaScript, we put our code directly inside an HTML element, using attributes like onClick. For example, this button will pop up a "Hello" message when clicked. It's quick for testing small things, but it can get messy if your website grows, so we don't usually use this for big projects. The second method is writing your JavaScript inside tags, right inside your HTML file. This keeps code a little more organized than inline JavaScript. We often place it before the closing body tag so that our HTML loads first. The third and best way is linking an external JavaScript file. Here, we save our code in a separate file and name it anything with JS extension. Like here we have a file with name myscript.js. We link it in our HTML using the src attribute in the script tag. This keeps our HTML clean, makes code easier to manage, and allows us to reuse the file anywhere. Before we write our very first JavaScript code, let's meet the alert function. The alert function tells the browser to display a pop-up message to the visitor. It's often used to give quick messages or for testing code. It stops everything until the user clicks OK. Now, let's write our first JavaScript code using all three methods we learned today. Let's begin our JavaScript lesson. First of all, let's open the project in the default browser. So far we have completed our HTML and CSS lessons. In our previous lesson, we have learned about CSS animations and transitions. Our website is looking so cool. Now let's start to learn how can we add JavaScript to our project. I want to add a button here in my main heading. Let's go to the index.html file. So this is the HTML of my main heading. Inside this heading, let's create a button using the button HTML tags. For the text of the button, I want to add an emoji. Let's select anything from here. Inside this button, when you write O, you can see these are all attributes you can use with JavaScript. I am using onClick attribute here, which means that the function will execute when the user clicks on this button. Inside onClick attribute, let's write our first JS function that is alert. Inside alert, you can write anything. Make sure to use single inverted commas. Let's save the file and see it in action. You can see my button is created. When I click on this button, a pop-up will appear with the same message we have given to it. When the pop-up appears, it stops everything and the screen behind is faded till you click OK. Let's close this pop-up. Now we will see how to write internal JavaScript. Inline JavaScript is only used for small functions. For internal JavaScript, you can write the code anywhere inside the script tags. It is preferred to write the script tags just before the closing of the body tag. Here we will write our script tags. Inside script tags, I will write the same alert function with different message. Let's save the file and see it in action. You can see as soon as the page loads, the JavaScript alert function is executing. So this code will run not on button click, but as soon as we refresh the browser or the page starts loading. Since we write this code inside our index.html file, so the pop-up alert only appears when you load the home page and not on any other pages. Now the final method to add JavaScript to your website is using external JavaScript. Let's create a new file inside our My Website folder. You can name it anything. I am naming it script.js. The .js extension will make it a JavaScript file. Inside the JavaScript file you can write any code which you can write inside the script tags. I am writing an alert function here with a different message. Now we need to link it with our HTML file just like we link our style.css file to our HTML pages. Let's comment out this code of internal JavaScript. Write a new pair of script tags. Now we will not write code inside script tags. We will only mention the name of our external JavaScript file inside the src attribute. In this way, our JavaScript file is linked with our index.html file. Let's save it and see how it works. You can see the message written inside our external JavaScript file appears on the page load. Let's decomment our previous code and see how both code will work together. Let's refresh the page. You can see first the message of internal JavaScript appears. After it, the message inside the external JavaScript appears. This is because first we have written our internal JS code and then link the external JS. Let's change the order and see how will it work. You can see that on changing the order, first our external JS code appears and then the message written inside internal JavaScript pops up. This is because JavaScript executes line by line. First it loads the code inside the external JavaScript file and then it executes the code inside the script tags based on the order. Now let's remove the external JS file from index.html and move it inside about.html file. Save the file and see the code inside external JS will execute only when about.html page will load. Now it's your turn. Create a new JavaScript file and name it scripttest.js. Inside it, write an alert function with any message you like. Link this file to your contact.html page. In the same contact.html file, also add an internal script tag with another alert message. Open the page in your browser and observe how both alerts appear. Don't forget to comment how it works. In this video, we have learned: what is JavaScript, what can JavaScript do, how to add JavaScript to our web pages, the alert function, and we have implemented all inline, internal and external JavaScript linking methods to our portfolio website. In the next lesson, we will see how to interact with the page elements. Stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any of our exciting lessons.